I've got a question for you. Have you ever put a thing in life ahead of your health? Like, I need to update my phone, or, like the latest iPhone or the latest Samsung or the latest whatever kind of toy it is in life. How come we will put our priority for a budget towards a thing? And I get it. I run my business from my phone. I live on my phone. However, I still put my health as my priority when it comes to my budget. Why do I? Because I bloody burned out when I was like 25 and paid the price of not listening to my health. I had all the things, all the stuff that said I was successful, the flashy house, the flashy car, the flashy everything, and my health sucked. So I'm really grateful that I learned that lesson at a young age, and I'm about to turn 60, and my health is still my priority. Do I have all the other toys? Do I make sure I budget for the other toys? 100% I do. And I still make my health my priority. So all of my healthy life hacks kind of podcasts I've been sharing with you are the little things that I do that make a big difference. And some of them do take a little bit of money, not much, but even, a bit, for buying some supplements that will help your body get to get on top of things faster. And yet dealing with people, naturopaths we're the last bloody resort. We just are. And think about last year, 2020 should have been the 2020 hindsight realization. And it was for a lot of people where they went, wow, I actually have to look after my health. I don't want to catch this virus thing, and I don't want to get caught up in this pandemic, and then I can't work and I haven't got money and all these kind of things, and the stress. We saw people starting to make a turn and actually put their health back as a priority. Here we are in the start of 2021. And I'm seeing people slide back to their old ways. Why? Because I get it. I really do get it. Because they've done everything the other way for such a long time. And, it took that slap for me to really pay attention. And sadly, most people will still wait for that call from their doctor that says, hey, your blood tests suck this year, or you can't go on with your high blood pressure or your blood sugar issues or whatever, or you burn out, or not, or catch some really kind of nasty critter. Like, it's tough. It's tough to see. I find it tough to see as a health practitioner, where there really are the core basics, all the kind of things I'm sharing in this healthy life hacks. I'm keeping it as simple as possible, because the sad reality is that people will wait to hit rock bottom before they get the motivation to do something about getting their health on track to where they really want. And I was the same. I get it. So it's kind of, I am so passionate about it because I've been there. And I had all the stuff that said I was successful, but all the money in the bank account and all the flashy cars and the latest phone and all that kind of shit means nothing if we don't have our health. So how do we go about putting ourselves as a higher priority on the list of kind of things in life that we're dealing with on a day-to-day basis? The bottom line is that some stage we go, enough. I'm now maybe rearranging some of my values in life to bring my personal health to be a higher value. And that's the only way we're really going to find the motivation to go to bed early and to eat good, the majority of the time. It's not about living on bloody lettuce leaves and water and things. I love all the same fun things that everyone else does, but I make it a higher priority for me to make sure I go to bed early and on time. Like, in my podcast, I've shared about all the health benefits of sleep, of just sleeping properly. It's amazing. And yet I see people cutting corners, and then as a last resort, they come to the naturopath and go, Jen, like, my health's shit. I'm going, yeah, well, let's get you back on track. But the ideal thing is not just reboot you and get you back on track, but then have you keep your health as a priority and not giving yourself a hard time when you're off track and all those kind of things, but to keep your health as a higher priority so that you can live from a place of prevention, not waiting to feel like shit and burn out or whatever it is, manifest some nasty cancer or some shit in your body. Like, we want to keep you strong, fit, and healthy all the way through your life. Something that I think is really important with this is that is that when we choose it, we're going to make ourselves a higher priority. When we slip back to our old ways, we don't want to be making ourselves feel guilty. It's kind of like on track, cool, off track, cool. And just noticing that you're off track and going, I'm going to come back on track is a really important part. Guilt tripping ourselves, negative emotions like guilt change our body chemistry from being alkaline to acidic faster than crap food, guys, faster than crap food. It's insane. So we need to be able to put ourselves first with everything that I've been talking about in the Healthy Life Hacks. However, still doing it guilt-free, giving yourself permission to just look after yourself. I was reading a study in psychology today by a really cool guy, Bruce Greason, and he talked about making the commitment to give himself one memorable day a month, one epic kind of memorable day a month. And I suggest that we try this on to do it weekly. With this, the only rule is that it has to be, it's to kind of do one thing, not try and overwhelm yourself and say, I'm going to do all these things. It's to just focus on one thing and make it a super cool experience that then can flow on, all the good vibes and happies, whatever it is, can flow on over to get him through the next month. So imagine it's like a self-imposed break where you just throw all of you into one thing, even one day a month. Or it might be, if you're busy with kids and all that stuff, I get it. Make it that it's 1 hour or 2 hours or something, but carve out this piece of time, bloody chuck it in your diary where you really put you as a priority and do something that really is going to feed you good vibes, that you're not going to be feeling guilty about. You're not going to go and change it and scrub it out of the diary and say, no, I haven't got time for that. Like, what is that thing that you can do to really light you up? I know I've talked about in the past on some of my podcasts about the fact that it's easy to put our self-care, whether I'm going to have a massage or an acupuncture appointment or go for a surfing lesson or, just sit and read a book. I put all those kind of things into my diary. And what I know is it's easy. And what most people do, and what I did in my younger years, absolutely, when though I haven't got time for that today, I need to take this call or do this bit of work or do this with the kids, whatever it is. And when we do that, we take out our self-care piece first, not realizing that half an hour or that 1 hour that we were going to spend on self-care will feed us good vibes for whether it's the week to come or the month to come or whatever. So when you're looking to structure something in, and it is going to be structured for a while, it is until it becomes a habit. Put it in your diary and make it's a non-negotiable. If you work with an assistant or something, let them know this shit's not negotiable. What we want to do is we want to change our habits to bring ourselves to a higher priority. It shouldn't feel like hard work. It shouldn't feel like you're guilt tripping yourself, that you don't deserve it, any of those things. What we want to do is just bring it in that it's like, I'm a priority. This block of time is really important to me. Now, whether you schedule it in monthly to start with, as you get in your groove, that's cool. Whether you schedule it in weekly, whatever it is, but we want to bring this in. And remember, I've taught that what we think about is what we bring about. So if you're thinking, I haven't got time, I can't do this, I just can't do this, I can't, Jen, this is great, but I just can't fit it in. Remember, what you think about, you bring about. If you think it's easy and you have that time, you will make that time for it. I promise you will. But if we're thinking, like the burden of the world on your shoulders, I can't make this work, I can't make this work. Well, shit, you're never going to have a chance to make it work, because it's again, what you think about, you bring about. You're living into that it's going to be hard work, I haven't got the time, and it just goes to shit. And so you just don't even start it. What I've found in my life, I made a commitment to myself after my sister died the end of last year, incredibly suddenly. I love working. I love what I do so much. And I've always carved out, really good time in self-care. For the last 30 years for myself, I've done that. But I thought, what is something that I really, really, really want to do? And yes, I work for myself, so I have this choice. But I chose, after Suzanne passed, that I really wanted to not just look after myself. I wanted to enjoy my journey of life even more. And if you follow anything I do, you'll know that I go surfing. I love to sunrise surf. What I had done in the past was I'd race down, sunrise surf, race back, get into my day. And I chose after Sue passed, and I absolutely blocked it out in my diary, that my day doesn't start nowadays until around 11 a.m. So I absolutely have a responsibility to my companies that I run. And what I've found is I am just as productive. I tick all my tasks off my list, and I do it in basically a half a day versus a whole day. Now that's huge. When we have more time to do stuff, we take that amount of time to do that thing. It's like human nature. We have more time than we realize. We really do. We have more time. So if you're not putting yourself as a priority to look after your health now, really have a straight conversation with yourself. Have a look at your diary. And again, like I said, it doesn't have to be a whole day's block to do something. But what, a tweak that I made, and yes, it took my sister dying to motivate me to actually do that. Will I keep that same schedule for forever? I don't know. But at this moment in my life, I'm loving it. So I still get all my work done. And so many people work from home now. Maybe you can be more flexible in your work, whatever you're doing. But for me, yeah, it's big. It's big. We wait too long. Oh, cry, think that. We wait too long we wait until things go to shit to action it and do something good about it. And it's not cool. We're always going to have distractions in life, whether you've got kids or, partners or work, whatever. We're always going to have distractions in life. That doesn't go away. At some stage, we have to just value our physical and emotional and mental health more and start looking after ourselves. All right. I wipe my eyes because I'm crying. I'm crying because this is real, guys. I see people leaving this planet way too young in life. It's not cool. The pandemic was the best reset button this planet could have got right through 2020. And I saw people starting to make the corrections and valuing themselves and their health more. And yet the last couple of months, 2021 has started, and I'm seeing people slide back, not going to bed on time, cutting corners. It's not cool. We will pay the price. Either we pay the price today in time and things to put ourselves first, or we're going to pay a way bigger price with our life later on. So I want to leave you just with two really simple healthy life hacks. And this is just a short one, but it's real. My wish for you all is to get that life is short and to put yourself as a priority. So healthy life hack number one is make yourself a play day, whether it's weekly or monthly. Please, at least monthly. Block out a piece of time that is not negotiable. You're not allowed to move it out of your calendar. And that's the thing. Healthy life hack number two is to put it in the calendar now. Stop the podcast, get your calendar out and block in, even if it's an hour of you time, something you can do. And it's not like, and I love gardening, but gardening has got that maintenance kind of thing. And so there can be an element of work to it, even though I love it so much. Put something in the calendar that's just going to be pure joy to you. It doesn't have to be anything that costs you big money. It might be that you've just got this peaceful, uninterrupted bath time. When the kids are at school, you do something that's really what you think is indulgent. When you come home, you get someone else to look after the kids and just have that little bit of bath time, that peace and quiet, light a candle, quiet music, and just recharge your spirit. Really, it sounds simple, but we don't do it. And it's costing us our lives. Pretty simple one today, but really big to implement. Just wanted to plant that, plant it as a seed. I really encourage you right now, stop wherever you're listening to this podcast and put it in the calendar. Put your care time in your calendar. And I really look forward to seeing you next episode, because I'm going to be talking about aches and pains and why we've got them and is it normal and things we can do to move on aches and pains.